Hello, I'm back. So, I just did a Facebook Live like an hour ago, and I posted it, and everything was really cool, and you guys commented on it. I answered your comments, and then I had just earlier today I had learned this new trimming tool thing you could do on Facebook, and so I tried it out myself, and it trimmed the whole video away, so the video stopped existing, and so now I'm gonna do it again. But you know what? That's all right, because I love to talk about snakes and native plants. So the title of this talk, this Facebook Live, we're live, is The Bittersweet Story of the Rattlesnake and the Blackberry. So you're probably already confused. I'm Griff. I am a nature guide for California State Park System up here in the Redwood region. And right now I'm in Humboldt Redwood State Park, which is so much beautiful than where you're at. I mean, oh, that was mean, huh? Let me take that back. So much more beautiful than a lot of other places in the world. Yes, it's wonderful. I feel so lucky to be here. And this park belongs to you, so you should come check it out, because you can. And it's free to park on the Avenue of the Giant. Avenue of the Giant's right there. You can park and you can be where I'm at. And I love being where I'm at, and you probably would too. So, let me get rid of these notes, because I'm not going to use them. I really did just do this. Happy World Snake Day. I mean, happy late World Snake Day, because Snake Day was yesterday. World Snake Day was yesterday. I'm going to ditch these keys, because otherwise you guys are going to think I'm going to bust out into jingle bells pretty soon. World Snake Day was yesterday, and we need a World Snake Day, because snakes don't get the respect or the appreciation that they need. And Nature Guide Kyle talked about that yesterday on his Facebook Live, and he talked about some of the cultural conditioning we have around snakes. And that's why a lot of people don't like them. But I know of another reason, too, that a lot of people don't talk about. It's not commonly understood. But the reason why some of you snakeophobes are afraid of snakes is because snakes don't have any eyelids. Seriously. I mean, they have a transparent scale that functions like an eyelid, but they never shut their eye. They're always... And then they have these big scales on their face, so they can't make friendly facial expressions and make you feel better about your time in the woods. So they're always... And see, it doesn't matter if your neighbor looked like that, like if you went outside and your neighbor was out there and he's like, I saw your dog, it's really cute. You'd be like, don't ever look at my dog again. Because that would scare you. Everybody's scared of snake face. So snakes just already have a lot of challenge to overcome. So don't be snake phobe. Don't judge them for that. No, I'm not trying to make you feel uncomfortable. Okay? Snakes are awesome. You're about to find out that snakes are awesome in a way that you probably didn't consider before right now. Okay? So in order to understand the connection between snakes and plants, what have snakes done for plants lately? Yep, Generation X knows that song. I'll tell you what they've done. It's fascinating. But first we have to understand what seed dispersal is. So plants make seeds. We all know that. But when you're a plant, a seed that doesn't fall far from the tree doesn't have long to live. You want your seeds, as a plant parent, you want your seeds to go away. You want them to get out the house. Because if they land right next to you, you're going to compete with them for soil nutrients, moisture, sunlight, and you don't want to compete with your babies. So you got to get them up far away. But since you're a plant, you're stuck in one place, it's really difficult to do that. So they've come up with some seed dispersal strategies. I don't see anybody here. Let me just double check. So seed dispersal strategies can be lots of different ways, and you're familiar. There you guys are. So you remember when you blew that dandelion, with the little puffy head, and you made a wish? That's wind distribution. Okay, those seeds have they're like little paratroopers, and they float off and they get far away from the parent plant. Okay, coconuts leaning over, they're on the island, they're over the ocean, they drop the coconut. The coconut is a seed, and it floats around in the currents, and then it gets washed onto another island, and then it grows. That's the seed dispersal mechanism. The stickers in your sock, they didn't evolve to get caught in your sock. They evolved to get caught in rabbit fur, fox fur, fur. And so the rabbit would go home and it'd be covered in all these stickers and be like, and the seeds would grow there. That's a seed dispersal mechanism, getting your baby away from the parent plant. Probably the most well-known and probably the most appreciated one is seeds inside of berries. So it entices birds and people to come and eat them. But when a bird eats them, they swallow them whole, and then they poop out seeds. They fly far away, and they poop out a seed, and then that seed's far away from its parent, doesn't have to compete for resources like water, soil nutrients, and sunlight. So this is really cool, seed dispersal mechanism. Isn't that amazing that plants figured that out. Is that even the right word? Figure that out. Evolved that way. So now let's go back to the berries. So one day there was this cute little squirrel. Many days, millions of days, there was this cute little squirrel. This is a gray squirrel. They live inside Humboldt Redwood State Park, right where I'm at. One of the squirrels we have. And it's hopping along, and it's berry season. The berries are everywhere, so it's like stuffing all the berries in its mouth. The little juices making its little lips purple, so cute. And it's getting all the seeds inside there, and it's going to take those seeds back to these blackberry seeds back to its favorite tree, and it's going to chew them all up, okay? And it comes around a rock, and it sees, and it's a rattlesnake, and the rattlesnake bites it. It bites the squirrel, and then it swallows the whole thing, and all those berries inside of its mouth, everything gets swallowed whole, and so now they're all inside the snake. The berries are in there with the digesting squirrel body. But it's a good thing for those berry seeds because rodents chew their seeds up, and so a lot of times it's not like a bird that swallows it whole. The seeds don't get dispersed when a rodent is doing it, unless a rodent buries them and then it gets killed and then those seeds will grow. But usually they chew up all the seeds because they have these ever-growing teeth and they chew things. But now those seeds are in the digestive tract, so you're probably like Griff, but then the digestive juices in the snake are going to kill those berries. No, berries evolve for this, okay? A lot of berries won't even germinate, meaning grow, unless they pass through a digestive tract. A lot of seeds that are dormant and the only way, and they're so dormant that their coats, like gases and water, can't get inside the seed until they go through this process called scarification, seed scarification. And not all plants, just some plants. And what seed scarification is like if it gets really, really hot, like a fire could scarify a seed and cause it to germinate, aka grow. If it freezes and then cools, thaws out and then freezes, that can also break dormancy, and that's also a type of scarification. Or if it passes through a digestive tract, and that's what berries are for. That's what fruit is for. Fruit was made to be swallowed whole, so the seeds pooped out. Like nobody wants their seeds chewed up. They went through all the trouble making this fruit so their seeds would remain whole. And so you're like, what does this have to do with snakes? The seeds are still in the snake. The snake poops them out, and those seeds grow. Snakes are a seed disperser. They're a secondary seed disperser. Seriously, you're like, Cornell University did a study that took 50 rattlesnakes. And I love rattlesnakes. And just to let you guys know, I've been in the woods all my life, and I've seen tons and tons of rattlesnakes. I've never had one strike at me. I even stepped on them with a fake leg as part of like an Animal Planet show. You can look Wild Jobs, go to Facebook, go to Animal Planet, and then click on Wild Jobs. And I don't remember which episode it is, but I was out with a venom teacher, and we stepped on a bunch of snakes using a fake leg. None of them struck. And it doesn't matter if the snake leg's warm or cold or a real leg. Striking's not their go-to, and part of the reason why I've never stepped on one is because I paid attention to, on purpose, or accident, excuse me. Part of the reason why I've never been struck at is because I don't get drunk and mess with them. I don't try to touch them. I don't try to kill them. I would never kill a rattlesnake, and I don't try to catch them. Okay, don't do that, and you won't get, chances of getting bit are far less. So anyways, back to the Cornell University study. The Cornell University study, they caught 50 snakes. 45 of them had rodents in them. They looked inside the snakes, and they looked inside these rodents, and there was 971 seeds inside these 45 snakes that had the rodents in them. 971! That's a lot of plants. Snakes are a secondary seed disperser. And also they control rodent populations. And for those of you on the East Coast with your horrible Lyme disease, we have Lyme disease here, but y'all got Lyme disease. More snakes, less Lyme disease. Okay, rather get bitten by a snake than get Lyme disease. So, let me come back to that. So snakes are very, very important part of our ecosystem. Do not kill them. You're not a hero for killing a rattlesnake, okay? You don't have to be afraid of rattlesnakes. You don't avoid fire because you're afraid of getting burnt. You avoid fire because you know you will get burnt, okay? You don't pick up a rattlesnake because you're afraid, or you don't fight the rattlesnake because you're afraid of it. You don't fight a rattlesnake because you know that you'll get bit and it's not going to be a good experience. Just leave it alone. It's not going to bother you. They don't chase you. That's all rumors, okay? And don't find a snake out in our park and take it home, okay? It's illegal, but also it's just not cool. You'd be like, but the snake is so nice to make a great pet. It'll make a great prisoner if it goes home with you. Okay, if you really want a pet snake, get it from a snake breeder. Don't ever take them out of the wild. They need to be out here breeding. All wildlife, not all wildlife, but the vast majority of wildlife species are decreasing right now because of habitat loss and invasive species, a bunch of other things. And if you take them home, they're not out here breeding. And we want our snakes for their seed dispersal and for their rodent control. And we have a lot of cool snakes. If you look at Kyle's video, Nature Guide Kyle's yesterday at 3 o'clock, if you watch this video, you can see some of the snakes that live in the Redwoods. They're beautiful and they're wonderful, and we want to keep them all. If you want to help snakes, support land trusts like Save the Redwood League that buys and restores and protects land, habitat for snakes and a bunch of other wildlife. And also check out some of the pages like SaveTheSnakes.org. I just discovered them because of Kyle's talk yesterday, and I checked them out last night. It's very interesting. And then also just tell your friends, like, we can check out the snake. We don't need to pick it up. We don't need to take it home. Don't take the snake home. Don't poach snakes. Okay. And tune in every day at 3 o'clock. We have a Facebook Live. And if you miss one, you can go to YouTube. And we have a channel called North Coast Redwood District. Okay? So thank you very much. If you saw the first one, I think this one's probably better. Because the first one, I think I drank too much tea. And I was kind of like, and the wind was blowing really hard. So maybe it's good that one got messed up because of my terrible technological skills. Okay? So have a great weekend. See, doesn't matter what you say with snake face, it's still going to look scary.